This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Parker, Colorado. I'm here with Ratco, the flagship product and offering of the Freedom Foundation. This began back in 2008. They have been providing our youth in the community to learn, to serve, and inspire. I'm here with Fontella, which is the board of director. I'm also here with Julie McGowan, who's the co-director. Thanks, ladies, for joining me here today. Let's start off with you, Fontella. Share with me a little bit how you got involved with this organization.
Well, my daughter, I was living here in Parker, and my daughter was on a basketball team, and I noticed that the volunteers on the basketball team were amazing. There were 5 guys, and they loved on the kids, and they really inspired the kids, and there was something really unique and special about those coaches. I later found out that these guys had started a nonprofit organization all revolving around children, helping kids become who they're called to be and to develop them and help them find their voices and to instill confidence in the children. And that was something that I wanted to be a part of. So that's how I got started.
Fantastic story. Julie, share with me about yourself. Why did you decide to get involved?
Well, actually, my family was part of the nonprofit, the Freedom Foundation. And when I was in high school, the Freedom Foundation decided to start a theater company. So we began the Random Acts of Theater Company. I was in the first production there. And really, we just wanted to provide a safe place for kids to come and express themselves. And throughout my whole life, theater has always been a place to do that. But this organization that has already reached out to kids and provided a safe place in the community decided to that theater would be a good outlet to bring kids in. So I was in high school at the time, and as you know, high school is not the easiest time in your life to be yourself. So I was definitely on board when they started the Random Acts of Theater Company.
Let me ask you, first of all, we've all heard of random acts of kindness. Obviously, that can affect a community. Share with the viewers out there what RATCO stands for and why it's so needed possibly today.
Well, I would just speak as a parent. I have an 11-year-old son that has had issues just being himself and really feeling comfortable in his own shoes. And he spends a lot of time at school, and that's a place where bullying takes place and identity issues happen. And I think RATCO is important because this is a place where kids can come and really be who they are and be okay with that. And they get confidence and they're around people that nurture who they are, and it's okay and they accept it. And it's beautiful. Parents come in and they say, well, I don't know, my kids don't dance. They really don't sing, but we're going to try this out because we heard that it's working for our neighbors. And they bring their kids in. And I tell you what, by the end of the 2-hour time frame, the kids are dancing, they're singing, they're acting, and the parents are in tears because they're saying, oh my gosh, this is what we've been looking for. And that's why RATCO is so important to a community.
Let me ask you, Julie, like you said, you're a product of the system, really. Quite honestly, one thing throughout the ages that youth have always had is self-expression. Many times they choose avenues that sometimes aren't as good as others. Why do you feel yourself that theater is a great avenue for that expression?
Well, I think a lot of times in RATCO we talk about like telling stories, and really sometimes within the company you aren't quite ready to tell your own story, and so you have to have an avenue to be able to act someone else out or to connect with a different character, and then through that you're able to say like, hey, I can tell my story too, or I can find my voice. And so I think theater really taps into that and provides an opportunity. It may seem like a removed script or a story that you can't really connect with, but we focus a lot in RATCO about like character development and why do you think the character's feeling that? And in terms of like as kids are able to express what maybe the character's feeling, they can tap into like, what am I feeling? What do I believe? Why would that character be feeling sad in this scene, but what makes me sad? And so theater really creates an outlet for kids to be able to discover who they are.
So they really start opening up without even realizing they're doing it. Yeah. They're just having a good time doing it. Let me ask you, obviously as a parent, like you said, they look on with tears in their eyes of seeing that open up and growth. What about you as organizing and helping out? It's got to be exciting seeing that transformation take place. I mean, they come in as a shy child and possibly by the end, like you said, even after a couple of hours, we're talking about confidence. Is that exciting?
Oh my gosh, I want to cry. It's more than exciting.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. It's something you have to experience.
It's amazing. You have to experience it. And I think as a parent, there's these unspoken rules that we need to have everything that our kids we should have everything our kids need, but we don't. We're not fully equipped for that. But to have a Julie or to have someone like me helping like nurture these children and partner with you. I think there's an old proverb that says it takes a village to raise children. That is Ratco. Like you can feel safe dropping your kids off and knowing that you have like-minded people that are going to love your kid where they're at and help develop them and help build them up in the right way is everything. I wish I would have had a Ratco when I was a kid.
Fantastic. I mean, one of the factors that have been successful here by helping them contribute and grow has been, like you said earlier, you're really creating a safe place for them. A place where diverse groups of people come together, everybody is accepted. Is that important to you as well?
It is important because especially in the theater world with that aspect, you can have a lot of competition, you can have a lot of like judgment, a lot of you're not good enough or I'm better than you. And so to include that aspect, we talk about like being judgment free. Every day at the end of rehearsal, we form a beep circle, which everyone gets in a circle, and we talk about how everyone has a part and every single part is important. And so we really, that is what this program's about. Theater is like an added bonus, you know, but we really so into like, hey, you are important. And like Fontella saying, it does take people coming around and supporting and saying, hey, like if you don't feel good that day, we have standards that we follow, and one of them is if you're having a rough day, talk to a Ratco adult, you know, because we don't expect kids to just come in and be ready to put on a happy face. Like if they've had a hard day at school, then that's what we focus on, and we say like, hey, let's talk about your day, let's talk about who you are, you know, and then we get into the theater stuff. So
That's great. I mean, obviously, even myself growing up in theater, you're absolutely right. Basically, the founders, when they started this in Selma, Alabama, they had this idea that they wanted to take away the negative aspect. Right. They didn't want the competition. They didn't want the outdoing. They really wanted an expression of kids, and obviously that's helped. You guys are based here in Parker, Colorado, but you really are able to serve the entire city of Denver, and it looks like this is something that is possibly going to grow across the nation.
Oh, yeah. Well, it actually is growing. So we have an outlet in Selma, Alabama, and Atlanta, Georgia, and here in Parker, Colorado. And we are expecting it to continue to grow as people are experiencing Ratco. We have a program in Selma where we bring in college students from all over the world, and they experience Ratco, and they go back to their universities and they say, we need a Ratco here. What can we do? So we are, this thing is growing, and you understand why, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another thing is, as diverse as the participants who are getting on the stage, pretty much as diverse as what's going on the stage. We're talking about dance, music, art, spoken word, you name it. You never know really what you're going to see on the stage at a Ratco performance.
That's right. And that's what we love about theater, is that it's a universal language. So it speaks to everybody, and it doesn't matter where you're at or what walk of life. And that was one of the reasons why that was the outlet in Selma, because of some of the different issues that are there in some of those communities. Theater brings white and black and, Asian and everything together. So it just breaks down those walls, and it just provides a safe place where people can come and enjoy themselves and each other for at least a couple of hours.
A melting pot on the stage. I mean, that sounds like so much fun. One of the things I know for myself growing up, I didn't even know what a mentor was, quite honestly. And like you said, you wish you'd have had something that's grown up. What aspect is the mentorship a part of the success here of your program?
It's a big aspect of our program. I think without the volunteers, there is no Ratco. It would just be like any other theater program. The reason why I think Ratco is so special is because we have all received the help that we're giving to the kids. Like, as a parent, I needed help with my kids, and I came into Ratco, this group, and I received support, helping me with Isaiah, my son, and to talk to him about issues that I am not even aware of, but he can talk to a Barrett Gibson, who's one of our volunteers, or he can talk to a Julie or Amanda Farnsworth. And so that's so important. And so now, as I've received help as a parent, I want to help other parents. I want to help other kids. And Julie mentioned she was a kid in Ratco, and now she's a director. And so that's another beautiful part of what we do, is that these kids are growing and they're learning how to serve others. and to get out of themselves. And as that is cultivated in these young ones, they can't help but to grow up and want to do what we're doing because they know how it made them feel when they were, coming in and coming from a school environment where they didn't feel accepted. And so it's beautiful, and it is such a big part. I think the mentoring part of it is everything. It's 100% of Ratco.
Fantastic. I mean, obviously they're learning how to express themselves, and then they're going out and learn how to serve as well. Community projects that you're involved in, is that something you see the kids really understanding that is necessary today?
Yes, it's a huge part of what we do too, is taking what we're learning and taking that expression, but also taking that out to the community and going to nursing homes, to the Ronald McDonald House, to different places, and serving the community, giving back. And it's a huge aspect because I can be learning so much about myself, but if I'm not doing anything with it, or if I'm just saving it for the stage, then it's another piece of helping develop these.
Wonderful. I mean, as a Ratco ambassador, like you said, you began on the learning side of it. Now you're really inspired to give back. Does that make it exciting for you to see others going down that same route as you?
For sure. There's so many kids that come behind them like, oh, they're on the same track. Or you see the different ones that come in and you're like, what is it going to be like when they're directing Ratco or when they're taking the lead and stepping into different things that we do? It's really exciting. And that's the thing here too, is that so often in different programs or even in the theater world, it can be like, this is my position, like I'm sticking to it. But to really cultivate, like that's one of the words that we use a lot, to cultivate the next generation to be able to continue this for generations to come is really.
If we have parents out there that are checking out the feature here, at what age can they start their kids here where they can become part of that, the Mouse Company?
Well, the Mouse Co. is so cute, I know. So we have Ratco, and then of course we need a Mouse Co, right? Well, Mouse Co starts at 3 years old. And so we have them as young as 3 and then all the way up to 18. Yeah. But the beautiful part about Ratco is that we don't turn anybody away. So the parents actually are on stage performing with the children. And I mean, that's how I feel. I'm like, why should my kids have all the fun? I want to have some fun too. So we have a lot of our parents that are on stage acting with their kids and serving beside their kids. And there's something about having that parent involvement. And that is another reason why Ratco is so special, because the program is enriched by the people that are involved. And so these parents, they come in and they are grateful and they appreciate the support and they want to give back too. And the kids feel that, and it is really powerful.
Obviously, the show you're getting ready for now, it's going to take place here in Parker, but you actually are able to take the show on the road, if you will, and have actually performed at different places throughout the city. Is that right?
We have. It's so neat. We have a relationship with the Denver Rescue Mission, and so we are going to be performing in Parker, Main Street Center, and we're working on some theaters in Denver, and so we're doing a lot with it.
The production right now that you're working on today, or shall we say tomorrow, will the sun come out tomorrow, as Annie says? Is that going to happen?
Yes, we are working on Annie Jr., and it's such a great production. And really, we chose the story because of how it relates to Ratco, someone finding a place, being able to come into a home, come into a family, finding who they are, which is really Annie's story throughout that. So most of the shows that we pick have to do with the message that we're trying to convey. And so it's been really a really special process. We have a lot of people in it, which is great. That's one thing about our theater company is if you audition, you're in the show. There's no one's turned away because we know everyone needs an opportunity to be able to get that freedom and be able to express themselves. So we have a huge cast. It's going to be super fun. There's some audience interaction throughout the show, which is always great. But yes, it's an incredible story, and we're looking forward to sharing it with everyone.
Kind of neat as you see these kids in there. They're having a good time, but yet at the same time, they're working hard. They're working hard on something. They know there's a goal at the end, and they've got to get in shape and make it happen. Is that fun to watch?
It's beautiful to watch, and actually one of our parents that was recently involved with Ratco, probably maybe 6 months ago, and they were a part of Susical, and the parents said the show is just a celebration of the journey that we've taken together, that all the rehearsals, all the time together, that was the journey, and that was beautiful and it was enriching, but the show is just a celebration, and that's how we feel.
It's like little mini graduations all the time for the program. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, you're going to take a look more about this company. Basically, it's an organization that began the Freedom Foundation, something that has really spanned across the nation here. We're talking about this is a branch here is serving the Denver city. Check out their website because you can also take a look at what productions they have coming up. You can also look at their alternative program that she talked about, where basically you come in, learn about the program, and go out and share with others. This is really a program that is helping our communities really from small all the way up, and eventually you come full circle and you're back in doing what you enjoy doing. And like you said, why can't adults have some fun as well? That's definitely the case also. Obviously, many projects out there going on. What do you guys have coming up in the future?
Well, I would like to mention the Alternative Spring Break program because it is absolutely fascinating. We had 500 college students come from all over the world. They go to Selma, Alabama. They learn all about civil rights history. They learn about the Freedom Foundation. They work with our kids at Ratco. They serve in the community, and they learn, as Julie said, they learn how to tell their story too. These Selma kids tell their story, and these college students learn how to tell their story as well. And then they go out and they serve in their own communities, because I think Dr. King said everybody's important because everybody can serve. And that's really the basis behind the Freedom Foundation is serving others. And as we do that, we get served. I mean, it's so fulfilling. It's a miracle how that works. And so that is probably one of our biggest, pushes and our biggest projects is the Alternative Spring Break program.
Obviously, this is a program that is run by volunteers. It's fueled by a lot of energy of volunteers. Somebody out there who's watching, they'd like to help out, be it in kind or donation. How do they get involved?
Well, they can go to freedomfoundation.org. And there's a Get Involved page, and there's a Donate button. And we would love support. We would love talent, resources, time. I think time is probably one of the biggest, commodities we have. But however, if you feel led to get involved, then there are so many avenues for you to get involved. Just an opportunity to love on the kids. But we're building. We have a 36,000 square foot building in Selma, Alabama, that we're right now in the process of renovating for the kids in Selma. Now, this is one of the poorest counties in the United States. These are schools where some of the kids don't have desks or enough books, just the living conditions are really bad. But we want to build this beacon of hope for the community. We're going to have a theater right in this building, and it's going to be amazing. Amazing. So there's so many ways to get involved. We're looking for space in Douglas County. So that's another way. If you're a landowner or if you're a developer, if you have money that you can donate toward us finding space, we're busting out of the seams here in Douglas County. The program continues to grow, and we're not really advertising. It's just word of mouth, and it's pretty phenomenal. So there's so many ways to get involved, but go to the website, and that would be the first step.
Low overhead production really happens here because of so many volunteers helping out, and obviously people can help out. Last thing I'm going to have you share with us, Julie, if we've got a child out there or a parent out there that's watching, they're not involved in the program, what would you tell them?
This is the place for you. Really, like Fontella was saying, every single person involved in this theater company adds a whole new aspect. And so not only are we looking to help develop kids, help develop parents, be a support to families out there, but we also know that with more numbers comes more excitement and more things that we can get involved in. And so, yeah, this is the place for you.
Fantastic. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen. I can attest to that. Basically, this is a program that my kids got involved with. I waited some time to make sure that it was a program that I was going to see some results from. And quite honestly, like they said, within a couple hours, the kids are coming back. They enjoy coming. Not only that, but they're learning, they're growing, they're trying out, they're auditioning, and sometimes not going the way they expected. And that was a learning experience. Other times, they're just thrilled with it. So really, no matter what, the children are the one who benefit. But not only the children, but the entire community, because this is a program that is giving back to the community. They're basically teaching children to learn, basically to grow and to be inspired. And so that is what I think everyone needs to be involved with here. Take a look at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see their schedule of events. You can go on there, pick up some tickets, check them out. They're planning on usually selling out at all their venues. So check it out, get it done, and if you're somebody who can donate your time, money, or whatever is necessary, please contact them. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. At Down Under Saddle Supply, we supply everyone with the widest selection in the nation of Australian apparel, saddles, and accessories. With oilskin and canvas duster coats and jackets, you'll not only have durable clothing, you'll look great as well. Top off your look with an Aussie hat or cap. A ladies' clothing line as well, finished off with a pair of emu sheepskin boots or slippers. Water-resistant emu can't be beat for soft, plush comfort. For all your Australian souvenir saddle supplies and apparel, it's Down Under, mate.
G'day, mate.
Fabulous Finds Upscale Consignment is 5,000 square feet of guilt-free retail therapy. We are Longmont's first stop for savvy fashionistas looking for an upscale, fun, and relaxing shopping experience. We are Consignment Redefined and one of the few consignment stores nationwide to offer both clothing and accessories, as well as furniture and home decor. You will find kind and courteous women to help you with your consignments or to assist you in putting an outfit together. We are the perfect destination for a girl's day out.
Jake and Telly's Greek Taverna has been bringing delicious and innovative Greek specialties to loyal customers for over 13 years. Brothers Jake and Telly strive to make their patrons feel like part of the family by offering a comfortable and scenic setting to enjoy the home-cooked delicacies made from recipes passed down from their family. With a large creative menu and remarkable wine selection, be ready to enjoy a succulent meal you won't soon forget.
Knockouts is a full-service barbershop that caters to men's unique style and personality. Stylists are trained in shaving, haircutting, beard trimming, and designing, shampooing, and styling. Escape into a world of total comfort, relaxation, and rejuvenation. Treat yourself to an experience of a quality haircut, face shaves with a straight razor or safety razor, massage therapy, manicure, pedicure, color, or wax performed by the specially selected Knockouts girls. Indulge yourself with a unique Knockouts cut, style, or other grooming service. Our first-class service includes today's most advanced coloring and hair management techniques and products. Our staff are specially selected and your services are assured. As always, walk-ins are welcome. Don't leave your appearance to just any salon. You deserve the best in men's hair care and grooming. Knockouts, the best place for men's hair care and grooming.